Now. So I'm here probably the fourth year in a row or something, because I don't know Dr. Rajiv, whether he likes me or he didn't have any other speakers, so he called me. So the reason I came is because Dr. Rajiv is a great friend of mine. And second thing is obviously this, the lovely campus. I don't remember Lavale, but I remember lovely. So this probably, I have not seen another place which is more picturesque for a university than this. So you're all fortunate to study in this university. And thirdly, because I always enjoy interacting with students. So maybe in the past few years I did put some slides. Today for a change, I thought I'll not put any slides and interact with you, because question answer, I know my friend Rajan sitting here, he doesn't allow more than 3 questions. So because of that, I thought I'll just restrict my talk to 5-10 minutes, then rather interact with you, because this is an unknown mystery in our healthcare industry. Because if you look at the 4 pillars of healthcare industry, the medical education, health services, and pharma has been to some extent proven. And moving forward, in medical technology is the least known in the entire healthcare sector. And we have been, in the past also I said, we are still in Trishangu world, neither here nor there. Because in an institution and a country of this size with 1.3 billion population, we still import glucometers and stethoscopes into this country. So it's a long, like what pharma industry, when I started my career from 1988, when I did my graduation from BITS Pilani with specialization in pharmacy and biomedical engineering, that time when we put the top 10 pharma companies, all were multinationals. There was not even one Indian company. Today, I'm at least glad to know there are 20,000 Indian pharma companies. And because of that, I think many Indians afford medicine. Today, if we have only had multinationals, most of them wouldn't have been able to afford medicine today. So for us, medical technology is the poor cousin of pharma industry. But pharma industry has really shown the world India can not only cater to its needs, but today it is being talked about in every nook and corner of the world, because we are exporting our medicines across the world. Like with any other industry, they go through their own trouble and in terms of quality control. When you have 20,000, as Mr. Jain say, when 20,000 companies are there, we cannot ensure proper quality in all of them. But I'm sure they will come through that. It has now gone through from past 20 years, being absolutely multinational oriented. It became national priority, and many of the pharma companies came up. Today there is partnership models and acquisition models, which is making the medicine not only affordable for India, but for the globe. So if coming back to our specific, like in the past, I have given talks both for my Trivitron as a medical technology company and Metropolis as a path lab, both the companies I founded, co-founded. So apart from medical technology, I'm focused on single specialty services, Metropolis, Maxivision, Apollo White Dental, Apollo Dialysis Center. These are the 5 ventures I am associated with. You will be glad to know almost all of them have Symbiosis students now. So many of the Symbiosis students are working with them, and you're all brilliant. I can tell you that we are very, very happy to have hired some of you in our institution, and our HR of all these companies are in touch with your team, and we'll be very happy to look at and give you some career counseling and start working with you as students in some of our ventures. And coming back to my subject, specifically on medical technology, I want this to be an interactive session, because medical technology for me is from gloves to MRI scanner, anything non-pharma. So whatever you say as pharmaceuticals, today when we say we are not having any industry covering us, any government department really even recognizing us, because there is Department of Pharmaceuticals, which is sitting inside Chemicals and Fertilizer Ministry. So if you go and talk to them about MRI scanner and X-ray machine, they don't understand anything. And we go to Health Ministry, they say our job is medical education and health services. So MedTech, for a change, is not controlled. When it is not controlled, it has got the positives and negatives, and even today it is a 35,000 crore industry with almost 85% imports. So now what we are trying to do in our own ventures, or many other companies in India are trying to do, is how do we indigenize to make medical technology affordable and accessible to larger section of the population. Somebody asked a question, today pharma is going through, at least we are able to afford medicine to 90% of the population or 95% of the population are able to afford basic medicine. But it is not the case in villages and in small cities where people are not able to afford even basic diagnosis and basic preventive measure. Today, no doctor sees you without technology. We have moved from opinion-based medicine to evidence-based medicine. With this, I think our main thing is how many of you think that medical technology offers you a great opportunity to work in the coming years as students? Can you please raise hands? So I'm glad there is some, some of you think, and I can tell you that offers the maximum potential for you. There will be a lot of innovation, lot of manufacturing, because we can't be running the medical technology industry the way we are running today. We want students to take this seriously. We need more innovation, more understanding of this market. And the innovation is not just on product innovation. Like we keep talking process innovation, how in a particular hospital, turnaround time can be improved, how we are able to do something better than what we are doing, because all of us in one form or other in the healthcare industry are now every day facing cost as a challenge. We have a problem, so unless we find areas to make this technology affordable, today for everything we do, we need technology. I think Sadanand is going to talk, my friend, good friend Sadanand is going to talk about IT, so I don't talk. But even in IT, the same thing. In medical technology today, some of the places, we have multiple hospitals, maybe 300,000, 400,000 nursing homes and hospitals are there in this country. And most of our stationery shop is more IT oriented than our hospitals. Because at least they do, many of the hospitals still give you bill in writing, or they have no documents or no electronic medical records. So there is a lot of inputs necessary. If this country need to need to actually take care of healthcare need for a billion-odd population, we need to become self-sufficient with technology. Be it medical equipments, medical devices, or even infrastructure, or IT, all these forms in one form or other medical technology as a whole word. Within that, we have medical electronics, medical devices, consumables, IT, and all those different things forms the medical technology. Medical technology per se is not a basic science. Like pharma is very easy to define. Medical technology has multiple definitions, because the problem is our input industries are mechanical, IT, electronics, pharma, biotech, all these industries are even telecommunication, all these are our input industries. If some advances happen in those industries, we need to take it and adapt it in the technology to make healthcare enterprises more effective and at the meantime more cost efficient. So this is what is happening, but that means we have to find our own niche and means. Many people sitting in US and Europe and Japan do not understand even how our villages look like. So if they don't understand how our villages look like, they are not here to, they may not be able to give us the equipments or technologies necessary for this. Even I was, some of you may know Dr. Naresh Trahan, I was here, I think he was also here some time back. So he always says, whenever equipment I use, 80 to 90% of the features in a medical equipment I never use. So what we need is completely a relook at it and see how do we make this technology more affordable. And of course, the best innovation happens in young age. So all of you have to start thinking through and see how you can enter into this in some form or other, whether it could be process innovation, product innovation, IT innovation, all these are required in this country to deliver healthcare for a larger population. And this industry today is import-oriented. We are importing basic equipments, but manufacturing is happening because we do have problems with the government, like anything else. Because one thing is government in pharma is trying to control. For us, they don't control. They don't even recognize us as the industry. So we are trying to see how do how government start engaging with us as an industry in medical device and medical equipment to see India-specific programs. When it can actually, what our pharma industry shown to the world is, when we could produce pharma products to cater to India's requirement, we could actually cater to the entire world. Today I go to Africa, we have such a high reputation because of our pharma products and IT. The two things which gave us global acceptance in technology is simply because of IT and pharma. You go to Africa, they say many of us wouldn't have been able to afford pharmaceuticals if there was no Indian pharma companies. So I think we have to really appreciate what Indian pharma companies has done in the past 2 decades. Though there are mergers and acquisitions, that is the way of the game, and that will continue. But definitely, the West has started even looking at us seriously. If there is Abbott today has come and acquired Piramal, or Daiichi came and acquired Ranbaxy, or Fresenius came and acquired Dabur, because they found something in our companies and our technologies. So this will definitely happen in medical technology too. But for us to really go into the next level of medical technologies, we want all of you to take interest in this segment, whether it is medical equipment, medical devices, medical IT. These are areas which are still sunrise industry, not been fully exploited. So this offers a huge amount of potential for all of you to take as a career. If you understand some basics and start doing your self-learning, and also go to industries to learn during your internship and also post your graduation, whether you are in biomedical sciences. So you don't have to look at only working. Even within hospitals, we need medical technologists to maintain equipments, to ensure that the equipments are used in a most productive way. So the medical technologists, your career is not just within medical manufacturing companies or R&D centers, but it's also within hospitals. There is a huge need of medical technologists. Today, even a nurse, a paramedical staff, has to be technologically savvy. It cannot be like earlier day, they have very basic knowledge. So that means medical technology is going to be the core thing. Even if for a new hospital to be built today, 60% of the cost is coming on medical equipments today. So that means if we can even reduce this cost in some form or other, we have started in Trivitron, for example, for 4 years back when I stand here, I told the same thing to you, saying that, we have ambition of manufacturing. Today, I can stand in front of you and say, as a Trivitron group, in our medical technology group, 80%, 85% of our profits are coming with our own manufacturing initiatives. So this has happened because we believed India can deliver, and I'm sure several other companies are believing in the same thing. And healthcare service providers in the past did not have the confidence on Indian manufactured products. Today, I think, since our accreditations like pharma industry are the same, whether it is CE or US FDA or MITI or any of the certifications we have, our medical equipments, our medical devices are as good as what is being produced in the Western world. So we are able to demonstrate it, and we are also able to do cross-border manufacturing. We have a factory in Finland today producing. The technology comes from there, but we are able to do low-cost manufacturing here. So these kind of hybrid models, acquisitions and mergers, all that will become common in medical technology industry. So this is what I would like to say in this one. Now I would like to open it to see how many of you think medical technology. If you want to have any specific questions, rather than begging more time from Rajan, I thought we can start this question answer session and just ask me some questions specific. If you want anything about your career or what you want to do in whatever I can do, I'll be able to answer. Please.
That this medical technology industry is not controlled. I think it's
today we don't see. A doctor we'll put it in our mouth and take it. But in medical technology today, unfortunately, since there is no proper quality certification, India-based, we are still using CE and US FDA. So the hospitals here cannot close their eyes and buy India-manufactured products. So this is the reason we hope that there has to be control. Not only from quality side, but also there like something like Department of Pharmaceuticals, which motivated and encouraged pharma industry to go global. We need Department of Medical Devices, which will actually motivate and encourage us to go global.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm actually working in critical. I want to know, can we manufacture or even such equipment which can be used in critical areas regarding patient management and patient care?
Already there are initiatives happening like patient monitors, ECG, ventilators. All these are manufactured not in the large global scale. I'm sure that will start happening. We are also looking at critical care is one of our areas now we have. And the way we are trying to do is also bring something like an auto industry. We have brought Hitachi here, we have brought Biosystems here, we brought Lab System here. So initially, like TVS Suzuki has become now what TVS Motors. Or Hero Honda has become Hero and Honda separately. So it has happened. Like look at China, for example, they initially ensured everything is in joint venture. Today they have thousands of medtech company in China. And today China is the second largest exporter of medical equipment and devices in the world. in the matter of 20 years.
As you told, 85% of equipments are being imported from the Western world. What are the initiatives your company, your sector is taking so that these equipments will be...
No, we are actually, for example, from our side, we have created a medical technology park in 25 acres of land 4 years back. Now we have 3 factories running, and that will be housing 15 factories, which is not only producing equipments for India, but also exporting outside the world, across the country. So there are other manufacturing initiatives even happening by some multinationals are showing some interest to do some production in the country. But unfortunately, there is no incentives for local production. This is the reason why the speed of initiative is taking longer time. So hopefully, with the government showing some more interest and incentive for small scale, medium scale enterprises, no, doctors, we need to first, they start to believing in Indian technology like the way they believed in pharma and IT. They should start accepting and motivating the local companies to the extent possible. Of course, now without any compromise on quality or service support.
As you correctly said, there should be some guideline by government. I have 2 oximeters which is manufactured by Indian companies, and both are showing different reading at the same time on the same patient. Similarly, when we go to buy a stent surgery, suddenly cardiologist will ask you, कौन सा stent लगाना है, Indian or imported? Suddenly,
yeah, that is a concept. Indian means was less quality was the concept. Today we need large scale initiatives and good quality control to ensure that people have the same confidence of Indian product license. So it is a two-way process. It is not just the issue of the doctors. It is the technology providers which need to ensure that the quality is equal with proper accreditation and...
I use any medical device. So how can I come to know whether this reading showing is absolutely correct? There is any, you will add some, any extra feature for that?
No, but always all of them have calibration. If you take a pulse oximeters, there is internal calibrations which is there, which you need to carry out to see whether it is giving you the right kind of reports. So this is the reason, this is the job of the internal biomedical engineering department. The internal biomedical engineering department has to ensure, if you go to other places, they are all certified engineers who will ensure that every product is performing as it is supposed to perform. But today, being an industry, being in a very initial level, in the infant, in a probably low, absolutely abysmally low level, so it will take another 5-10 years for us to be absolutely sure about the quality of products which we use, be it imported or Indian. It doesn't mean imported means it's of high quality. Even they have the same amount of problem if it is not being calibrated, maintained, and monitored properly.
We need one more question.
Yeah.
Why Indian doctors are not believing in Indian technology? What are the initiatives taken from your side that we can believe on Indian technology?
That's what I said. It has to be quality. Of course, now why we are taking Indian pharma company, because one is government is telling it is a quality. Now at least mentally we are accepting the fact Indian pharma companies are producing quality products. No, we can arrange, but even somebody has to, I can come and say I am great, but somebody else has to believe. So there has to be a third-party quality certification, which happens by the government of India. SIHS is only controlling 20 products out of whatever 20,000 products we have in medical technology. So those quality certification agencies and control agencies have to come, like the way it has happened in pharma industry.
I think there is no initiative from your side that you are taking some initiative that we are best. We have never seen any pharmaceutical company like laparoscopy or endoscopy that we are best endoscopy or we are best laparoscopy manufacturer. Only we are buying Japanese, Israeli.
No, we are all saying whoever is producing in India is now saying we are selling it even in the US and Europe and Japan. Otherwise, without that quality, but it is not to the extent 15% we are doing, but it has to become 50% over the next 5 years' time.
I think we take it offline.
Yeah.
Because we're running out of time. And gentlemen, we have a question answer at the end of this. You could raise the question at that point of time. Thanks,
Okay.
Edu.
Thank you.
Nothing like this, but we have time.
Okay. Thank you.
Extremely interesting.